Hello and welcome to the Easily Excitable podcast. My name is Topham. With me this week is Dom. Hey man, how's it going?
It's going well, Topham. How are things with you?
Things are going all right. This week is busy at work, and I've just handed over all the paperwork to the solicitors for selling my apartment, and I've decided it's a good time to start also looking into immigration paperwork. So, I don't.
Wait, you haven't started doing that yet?
Well, I mean, properly going for it, because, it could take... They say it takes between, 5 and 10 months. The problem is, if it goes through as quick as it possibly can, I will have to leave the country, technically, before something that's got to be going on here. Because it's, my cousin's wedding, so, there's no point rushing through it, but...
So, as soon as you get the paperwork, you have to leave the country, essentially?
It's not that strict, but, yeah, that's kind of along the lines of where I want it to be, so... I'm just going to try and hopefully get it all
fair
done
enough.
as
Things are
quick
happening.
as possible.
That's good.
Yeah, things are moving. And I've just been spending... I haven't even spent enough time, just chilling out recently as well. So I'm just oh my god, my brain. It's just kind of been on fire for, the last week. And I'm just oh, I do just need some rest, even though we had, a 4-day weekend in Easter. And I was probably should have capitalised on that more.
But no, you just ended up doing everything and nothing. Yeah.
It's been one of those weeks, or week and a half. But yeah, just kind of absolutely insane. What's been going on, man? It's been a while since we caught up.
It has been. I've been to America since we talked. Went
Awesome.
over and visited Vic, so that was a good 10 days, and came back. Best flight. Well, actually, no, second best flight I've ever had. Because first was another time, which I think we talked about before.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, coming back in British Airways, and we're sitting down, and I was, they come in when you board. They board in groups, whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm group 5 or 6. So I'm group 5, and I'm just okay, I'm gonna be last one on the plane.
Yeah.
The plane's gonna be massively full. It's gonna take me 20 minutes to walk down the bloody plane with everybody in the aisles and stuffing their shit in the overhead locker and this, that, and the other. And I was the last person in the plane. But there was nobody there.
Oh, right.
And it
Nice.
the entirety of the economy, it was I can't remember what plane it is exactly, but the seats were 333. So 3 aisle, 3 in the middle, aisle 3 on the other side. Every person who was in economy had 3 seats to themselves.
Nice.
And there was 4 rows at the back, which for some reason I didn't quite get the reason why. The cabin crew were just we'd like to keep those free. Don't know why, but so the flight was 6 hours overnight.
That's not bad at
So
all.
the flight was 6 hours overnight.
Yeah.
So I had to try and sleep, but I also needed to be fed twice in that time, breakfast and dinner.
Yeah.
So I only got about 4 hours sleep, and then I drove back from Heathrow on Easter Sunday, and it was pretty fucking quiet.
Yeah.
But then I got home and I was just I don't know what time it is right now. My clock's still buggered up. Well, it's still been buggered most of last week.
Yeah.
Because I got back a week and about 10 days ago actually.
Yeah.
It was a week yesterday.
So
when I
8
arrived
days
back.
ago. Yeah.
So
Awesome.
So yeah, good times. Very very tired times.
Yeah.
But it's not too
fair
bad.
Fair enough. That just reminds me of the last trip I took that returned me here. And I was on the plane. There was no one sitting next to me. I had one of the 2 seats in the back, because it kind of tapers in. So there was only 2 seats in the row. There was no one sitting next to me, and because it was the back row as well, there was no one behind me, obviously. So I could just oh yeah, full relax. So yeah, it was.
Yeah, I got some nice sleep because it was 3 by obviously. I moved out from where I was because there was a couple who actually sat behind me, and they were larger people, shall we say. It's a good job there wasn't a third person in that seat between them, because they'd have had to be smaller than me for them to be able to even breathe.
Yeah.
So I was I could just sit in this row, but I realised there was nobody in the middle because I had the window seat, and I was okay, I just jumped across to the middle row.
Yeah.
And then the guy who was behind me was I was in the middle of the middle row. The guy behind me was on the aisle on one side, and the girl in front was on the aisle on the other side. So all 3 of us were just
nice.
whole way back with the recline,
Nice.
which was quite nice.
Yeah, I think the flight I had back most recently was probably the best flight I've had back, and because I I'm a vegetarian, I request special meals, so I get them delivered first as well. So, like, it always comes first on the flight. I'm just like, yes, get this down me, and then I can sleep for the rest of the flight. But the flight is, like, 8.5, 9 hours, so it's like...
Yeah, no, it was only 6 hours to Baltimore from Heathrow, and it was like, that's really short, don't get me wrong, it's really short, but I could have done with it being 8 hours so I could actually get some sleep.
Yeah, man.
Like, because going there, it's 7 hours, coming back, it's 6, and it's like... It's not really enough time to get any good sleep going back, and it's always overnight going back. It's like it takes off at 9 in the evening. Oh no, 20 to 10 in the evening, and then it lands at like 9 in the morning.
Oh. Like, that's a bit gross.
No, it's not. It's not great.
I just like when I'm flying over, like, because America's big and like where you're going to, 7 hours, but it's 9 hours for me. So when I start getting over like Newfoundland and Canada, I'm like halfway. I'm like, I'm nearly there, and then I'm just like, oh no, I'm not. I'm only just halfway every time.
Newfoundland and Canada, it's like, right, okay, I got about an hour and a half left.
Yeah, that's
final.
So far.
Pick your final movie, basically.
Yeah, not for me, unfortunately. It's like, oh, what 2 films have I still got to watch?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Cool.
Watched an interesting film when I was out there as well. Have you watched the girl with all the gifts? Have you watched?
No. What is it?
Do you like zombie movies particularly?
Yeah, kind of. Depends on the movie itself, really.
So it's a British zombie movie, and it very much reminded me of. It was
28 Days Later. No?
Kind of.
Okay, cool.
But
that's like my favourite for zombie.
Combine 28 Days Later with. Have you played The Last of Us?
Yes.
Because it's based around that fungus stuff. It's the exact same idea. But it's set 20 years after the apocalypse. In brackets, apocalypse. Yeah, apocalypse. It's set in the UK. And it was a very interesting film, but it follows basically some... They didn't explain it massively. It's based on a book. They didn't explain it massively. Basically, some zombies that were either pregnant or that were impregnated after they were infected, their kids are still zombies. They still have like the hunger for flesh and that sort of stuff, and they still have like uncontrollable urge to eat, but they're cognitive. So like it starts in an army base, and there's like all these kids like strapped to chairs and stuff, and it's like they're teaching them, and they're responding just like a normal class. But then like the teacher touches one of the main girl's head, and then the main army guy busts in like, what the fuck are you doing? And he like spits on his arm and rubs out this stuff because they have this gel that protects them from zombies, and like the kids just start like they're like bolted into their chairs like head straps and whatever, and they start like writhing around like trying to get at him. It's fucking it's good though. It's a really, really good zombie movie. Very interesting one.
Yeah, it sounds good. Like, it's been a while since I like watched anything scary or in that.
It's not that scary. There's a couple of it's quite graphic at times. You do see one person basically just get. Well, actually, no, you don't see him. You see him get eaten, and then you see like it cuts away, and then it cuts back. They find him later, and he's just like, it's just gore. So it's not like that scary, and it's not like jump scary particularly at all.
Oh, cool.
It's a very interesting movie.
Yeah, I don't know, I might check that out because like it's been a while since I've watched it. Yeah, I'm not going to say decent film, but like a scary film. I say scary like in inverted commas. Like I'm a pansy when it comes to films. Like
no, I don't particularly like horror movies either. It's very tense, but it's not like outright horror or anything. It's a very interesting one. But no, it's got an actor in it which I've not seen him play a serious role before. So I don't know what the name of the actor is, but you know the movie Hot Fuzz, right?
Yeah.
You know that there's the 2 detectives, the 2 Andys.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you know the World's End?
I haven't seen it.
Crap.
Oh no.
So it's one of the 2 Andys.
Okay.
Is like the main sergeant, and like the main like he's not the antagonist of the movie. He kind of starts out as an antagonist, and then it's just like no, he's just strict and like he's a dick because he's trying to survive.
Yeah.
Sort of thing. But yeah, it's him playing like a serious role, and it's just like I've never seen that guy in like a non-comedic thing, and he pulls it off really well, actually. Because sometimes people go for that sort of stuff, and it's just like, oh yeah, it's, you know, that's you did a terrible job, you know.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, yeah, I'll check it out for sure. Like, it sounds real interesting and kind of like something I'd really enjoy. But yeah, I can't remember the last zombie thing I actually watched. But I really wanted to catch like the most recent Resident Evil films, but they're like barely zombie films.
I honestly haven't seen those.
No, I watched like Resident Evil 1 and then whatever the next few were, Apocalypse and Revelations. But
yeah, so one was obviously one's a really good movie, actually.
It really is. Like, I really like it.
Watching it, it's actually a really good movie. 2's not great. 2's Apocalypse in Raccoon City. 3 is Extinction. I want to say.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I've definitely seen 1 or 2 more from there.
I think I saw 4.
Yeah.
But I don't
know. There's like Wesker at
from
the end of it.
Yeah, Wesker's at the end, and he's he's on
that's
the ship.
The last one I've definitely
That's
seen.
4.
Yeah.
There's 5, and there might be 6.
Oh, I think 4's Afterlife.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
it starts out the way 4 starts, isn't it? It's with her clones.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. And then it starts with the clones, and it ends with Wesker in the boat.
Yeah.
And then 5, I've seen a bit of.
I haven't seen any of it. I'm just like,
how much of the games you played?
Oh, I've played like none of the games.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So it's not too bad for somebody who's not played the game, but somebody who plays, because I say I play the games. I've played 4 and 5, like to absolute death, and I know what goes on between them because there was a Wii U game, Umbrella Chronicles, which is basically a Resident Evil, but House of the Dead, on rails shooter, like point and click sort of thing. Really, really quite fun game, but it had like every single previous Resident Evil game and like a couple of episodes where it's just like it takes you just through on rails. It's like, shoot the things, so you know what goes on with the story and stuff.
Yeah.
And yeah, like 5 was weird because they introduced just like, here's this character and here's this character and here's this character and here's this. And I was just like, I was like 2 minutes into the movie and I was like, you've just introduced Leon, Barry, and like a fucking load of other guys who were not in any of the other movies, who have just appeared randomly. And like they're dressed in such a way they just look like bad cosplays. And I'm just there like, I don't know, guys. Like you jumped the shark last time, and I thought this would be better, but it ain't. It's just, oh no, damn it. Yeah.
Well. Yeah. Recently, I went to see Black Panther, which is good. I liked it.
Black Panther's good. It kind of, I wouldn't say it's definitely not the best Marvel movie.
No.
It's good. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I know a lot of people were coming out and being like, "Oh, it's the most, it's one of the best Marvel movies." I'm like, it was good.
Yeah, it was good, but
it's like it might be one of the better. It's probably one of the better solo Marvel movies.
Yeah.
Like, but no, I don't know, because Thor Ragnarok came out like 6 months ago or whatever, and that was just fan-fucking-tastic.
Yeah,
that was a great one.
That was an absolutely brilliant film. I want to watch it again. I haven't watched it since I first watched it.
I watched it on the plane on the way out.
Yeah.
I watched that.
Good.
I watched Go With All the Gifts, and I watched The Martian again because I fucking love that movie.
Oh, nice! I haven't seen that. That's
it's so good.
Is it? I was going to say Matt Damon.
It is Matt Damon. Yeah,
it is Matt Damon. Okay.
Yeah, it's Matt Damon, and it's really really good. It's really thoroughly enjoyable.
Nice. I've been I need to find some decent films to watch, like The Martian. That seems like one. The other one you mentioned, and I've kind of like, I'm trying to spend any time that I'm relaxing just playing games, and like, it's not going particularly well, but like there's been some sales on recently because it's been Easter, and I bought The Division and Rainbow Six Siege and Rise of the Tomb Raider, and I'm just like,
Have you started playing Siege at all?
No.
Good luck.
Cheers.
It's
I bought it because it was in a bundle with The Division for like 25 quid, so I was like,
Siege is good. Siege is a good game. I did uninstall it because I have it on PC. I uninstalled it for a reason though. Because Terrorist Hunt and like the stuff against AI is really enjoyable, and it's even more so with friends. But the competitive, like the versus against 5v5, the learning curve on that is so steep.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like it's one of those games. It's like trying to get into like League of Legends or something like that, where for like the first 4 hours you're playing that game, you're not gonna know what's going on.
Yeah.
Nobody's gonna be helping you. Everyone's gonna be calling you a fucking idiot. You're gonna lose every single round. And it's just I just couldn't get over that curve.
Fair enough. Yeah, I got it on PS4, so I'm just gonna see who's around playing it if I'm gonna play it. But I'm not too bothered. I got the Division, and I'm gonna play through that. And yeah.
The Division was the MMO one, right?
Set in New York, and
because I didn't hear good things about that when it got released, but apparently it's been cleaned up a bit.
Yeah, apparently it's way better. Like as of one, there was I think an update 1.8 that came out towards the end of last year, and I'm just like, I just need new games to play, so I just picked it up, and I'm just like, oh, this is pretty good, because the Destiny subreddit was all like, a lot of people were just like, yeah, I'm just playing the Division now, it's pretty decent. And then Monster Hunter World came out, and people were like, yeah, we're going to play Monster Hunter World as well. So
how's Monster Hunter going then? Are you finished that
yet? Yeah, I've kind of got to the end of doing everything I want to do in it, and now they've released a new monster, and I'm just like, I'm not too interested in playing it anymore. But I did put in 150 hours, so
that's pretty respectable. Yeah,
it's a decent amount of time. So yeah, I was real happy with the purchase. So I'm happy. I played with my friends and the Destiny lads, and yeah, we all enjoyed it. And yeah, but Destiny 2's just released its free for all Rumble mode back into the game. So now I'm just like, oh, I will play it from time to time, because free for all is the game mode that I like the most, which is really sadistic.
I find it interesting that you, the person who doesn't play the game, versus me, the person who does play the game, you know more about it than I do. I haven't booted it up since I got back from America, so I don't know.
It got released, I want to say last Tuesday, but it might have been the Tuesday before. No, it must have been the Tuesday before Easter, because I was playing it over the Easter break, and it was supposed to be Mayhem this week until tomorrow, and then it was supposed to be Iron Banner, but Iron Banner's been delayed. So then it's going to be free for all, and they're reducing the player count from 8 down to 6, because 8 was way too bad, and the spawn conditions were really loose. So you'd spawn, run a few steps, either get killed or someone would spawn behind you, and you'd have a jump on them. So
yeah, that's never fun, shall we say?
Yeah, and they're dropping from 8 down to 6 players, which will mean it's way better, way more manageable. And yeah, I was enjoying that when I was playing it, but I really like playing free for all in Destiny 1, and now in Destiny 2, I'm just like, oh, it's alright. Some absolutely class games as well.
It's getting there. It's getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there
slowly.
Yeah,
by the time Destiny 3 comes out, it'll be a decent game, and then Destiny 2 will come out, and everyone will be angry that that's not as good as Destiny 1 was.
I know, right? That's the way it's going to be. That's the cycle with it.
Yeah, that's the cycle. It's just going to be that. No, but you said, because before this you said that you started playing Rise of Tomb Raider, because that's the second one in the reboot?
That's the second one, yeah. The third one's due to be announced. There's things in game saying on April 27th or something like that, they're doing a reveal stream for it.
Yeah, and of course there's the movie which came out, which is based off the first one in the revival, which I've played that. I never actually finished that.
It was good.
I played it for 12 hours, 12, 13 hours. So I got a good chunk of the way through it, but one day I just put it down and I was just like, that was fun, but I've got no, it's the first time it's ever happened in a game. I just put it down and I was just like, yeah, I don't need to go back to that.
Yeah,
I've had a lot of fun out of it, and I know it's not finished, but it's just well, yeah.
That's kind of where I am with Monster Hunter World, to be honest. But I did finish it. I finished it. I did as many missions as I could, and now if the guys are playing, I'm like, oh, I kind of want to jump back in, but I'm not gonna.
There's been a few games like that in the past few years. That happened, and then Dying Light, which was the first-person zombie game. I finished that story. And that was basically Far Cry with zombies. Basically, that's the best way I can describe that game. It's Far Cry with zombies, with mirror edge parkour, and really, really fun game. But yeah, when I finished the campaign with that, I'm just like, yep,
not gonna touch that again.
No, that was really good.
Yeah,
no point in restarting.
No,
I did pick it up a few months ago. Like I might want to restart it, and restarted. I'm just like, nah, I'm done. I am legitimately done with this game. I wasn't not having fun, but I'm just like, I've done all this before, and I remember exactly. Like, it was such a memorable game. It was such a good game. Yeah. I'm just like, I don't need to replay this. You know?
Yeah. I've been playing a little indie game called One Shot, and it like, I don't know. It's just real interesting.
One shot,
yeah. So you wake up like as this character, and you think, oh yeah, I'm playing as this character, and they find a light bulb, but it's just like, oh, this isn't a light bulb. This is the sun for the world, and you need to go and place it back so that the world has light again. But then the character starts talking to the player, and it's just like, oh, this is real interesting. But it's like just this small indie style game. Like, I want to say 16-bit style graphics, and you can move in only the 4 directions, and yeah, it's just been a delight to play so far. But I've only finished like 2 or 3 of the like 9 or 10 sections there are in the game. But it's quite puzzly, and yeah, it's just real nice.
It's top down. I'm looking at it now, like top down. Yeah, it's 16 or 24-bit. I'm not quite sure.
Yeah. It's just
interesting.
Yeah, it's an absolute delight to play. I'm having a great time with it, and it's just it's so nice. And it's
you and everybody else, by the looks of it, the reviews are 98% positive reviews.
Yeah, man.
Like,
yeah,
that's in the last 30 days and from all time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
it's real good.
Yeah, that came out. This game came out. It came out like December 16, actually.
Yeah. And
no, that looks good. I'm not really into that sort of. I don't know, that sort of art style like doesn't do it for me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
I think it's because I don't. I think it's because I don't quite have that nostalgia, because the first gaming console I had was an N64. So
yeah, I mean the first I had was a PlayStation 1, and like I just am intrigued by games that are doing things that are different. And this game just like at some point so far it's just been like, oh, you might need to find something. And it's like a file outside the game, or it changes the desktop, your background image.
Oh,
to,
okay.
like,
No,
help
that
you
would just
solve
annoy
a
me.
puzzle. Like it changes back like once you're out the game, but like when you're in the game, it's just like, oh, you might need to go and look somewhere for this. But it's like it's played in a windowed mode anyway, so like you can see that it's changed.
Yeah, you see it. See something happens.
Yeah, so I'm having a real good time with it, and the story that's being told is pretty fantastic.
Oh, that's good.
But
that's good.
Yeah, and then I finished playing Hex Cells, kind of. I've finished Hex
Done
Cells,
with that
Hex
after
Cells Plus
how many
and
hours
Hex
you've
Cells
had?
Infinite. Yeah, it's been good. But Infinite has like an achievement. I'm just like, oh, I probably want to get this just so I can finish it, because it's just for doing 60 like randomly generated levels. And I'm like, but rather than like the set levels that you learn the game through. So yeah, I'm thinking I should probably just play one of those a day or something like that, and just smash it out over a long period of time. But I'm counting that game as complete, so I'm cool with that.
It's done. Like it's fine.
Yeah. And then yeah, like we started off kind of saying, I've been playing Rise of the Tomb Raider, and like I played the original of the reboots on Xbox. I think it must have been 360. Because I think it came.
It was on the cusp of 360 and 1. I think it was released on both.
Yeah, I think I hadn't got one.
If I vaguely remember right.
Yeah, I don't think I had one at that time, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait. And then like I never picked it up because it was on Xbox One only, and I was playing way more on PS4 at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And like it was a year delay for it, so I was just never like, oh yeah, I'm gonna pick this up. And then I've just bought it on PC, and I've got my laptop, which is pretty decent, and it is hands down the best looking game I've ever played. Like, it is so good looking.
It's one of those games that does a lot of really clever technical shortcuts to make itself look better than it has any right to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's a really, yeah.
It's a really pretty game.
It's a good game. It's a pretty game, but like some of the death scenes in that game, like,
I didn't know where I was supposed to be going, so I just jumped off a thing, and she just lands on 2 rocks, like stuck in between them. I was like, well, that clearly wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah, no, there's one where there's a number actually where she gets like stabbed by things like rebar poking out the ground, like a fuck or whatever. I think it's one where she gets stabbed through the head, and it just like it shows you, and then it just goes cut to black, and then you're back to there, and it's just like, okay, that happened.
But it's good. It plays well. I've been playing with controller because what's the point in not playing with controller when I'm used to it? Like, there are only a few games that really need mouse and keyboard, to be honest.
Shooters.
Yeah. Only really if you're
shooters
playing...
and strategy games. That's about it, really.
Yeah. Like, and only shooters if you're like not playing competitive. No, if you are playing competitive.
If you are playing competitive, yeah.
Yeah. If you're not playing competitive, who cares if you're using a controller?
Well, it's like I keep on forgetting that because I play controller for the Dark Souls.
Oh, okay.
Which is another game you fucking need a controller for.
Yeah.
And sometimes I just leave it plugged in and I go play PUBG. And PUBG has a really annoying thing of if you got the controller plugged in, it will show you all the keyboard prompts like F to open the door or whatever. It will show them as X on the controller, like controller button. I'm just like, who the hell is playing PUBG on PC with a controller?
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna get anywhere doing that, you know?
That's a game I put down. I just put down PUBG and I was just like, I have no more desire to play this. And that was like 2 months ago.
Yeah, no, it's kind of like that for some people. I'm playing it maybe like I'm probably do like once or twice. Sorry, 1 or 2 matches a week, probably. It's like just like an hour, jump in and just have a go. If it goes well, I'll stay on for a bit longer. If not, then I'll just be like, nope, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, no, they had a. Did you see the new map they had sort of released?
No, I didn't.
Or not? So
didn't know there was a new map.
there's obviously the normal map around goal.
Yep.
There's the desert map Miramar, and they're both playable at the moment. And they balanced out more that you play them pretty much evenly now, rather than when Miramar came out and it was all fucking Miramar.
Miramar.
Yeah. No, it's more even now. In fact, it's probably actually I'm seeing more around goal than Miramar now, to be honest.
No, okay.
But they had a test out for their small map.
Yeah.
Which was it's a quarter the size of the other ones. Still 100 people. Yeah. It's a quarter the size of the other ones. Still 100 people. I didn't play it, but it's a jungle map, and it's well alpha for a map. Like the new buildings, like the buildings which aren't pulled from other places, are just like grey blocks with nothing in them. You know, and like even the interiors of like there was like tiki huts around which were textured, and like the interiors of them had nothing in them. They were just open square rooms. But yeah, it was apparently a chaos because the only people who signed up to do that sort of thing, because you had to go on like an external website and go through that way, were the people who were, you know, streamers or really fucking good at PUBG.
Yeah.
And they turned off clothing spawns, and they just had like high loot spawn the entire time, so people were just getting minced. Like if you jumped, there was somebody I was watching, and he looks up at one point, and there's a guy still in his parachute. There's like 20 or 30 people left of the 100, and this guy still hasn't landed yet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the rounds were like 10 minutes, just like, you know?
That's crazy. Oh, man. I don't know if I can be bothered to pick PUBG back up, to be honest.
I'm giving it a bit of a break, kind of. Like, I'm just like, if people are going to play it, I'll play with squads, like I'll play with people, but I'm not going to pick it up on my own for a bit. Like, I'm going to wait for the new map to come out, I'm going to wait for a few things to happen. If I want to play something like that solo, to be honest, I'm picking up Fortnite now. Is where I go to. And I don't play that very often, but that's good fun. I got a mate I accidentally addicted to it on console, which yeah. Whoops.
It seems all right. Like, yeah, I've seen a lot of people play Fortnite, and I'm just like, I'd probably jump into that at some point, but I'm kind of. Way late, but...
I think PUBG is it sounds bad, but I think PUBG is PC and Fortnite is console.
Yeah.
I think that is because it works. Fortnite works really well. It works exactly the same whether it's on PC or console.
Yeah.
And it works really well with a controller.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But Battlegrounds just doesn't work with a controller, and it just doesn't work on console either.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, well, consoles aren't meant to. Well, weren't designed to handle connections to 100 people.
Well, Fortnite handles it.
Yeah, I suppose.
Fortnite does handle it. It's just the engine isn't built for that sort of input, shall we say, or that sort of architecture. And they haven't done a very good job importing it over to the Xbox. So, but hey,
fair enough. Well. Cool. Well, Mr. Dom, where can we find you and your fun projects across the internet?
You can find me at McDom023k on YouTube. McDom023k on YouTube, on Twitter. And you can find me as McDom on the Rooster Teeth website, which is the new Rooster Teeth website, apparently.
Woohoo!
Which the notifications for community don't work for me, so it's really weird.
Man.
Yeah.
I've had issues with notifications. I'm just like, I don't really know what I'm doing.
They just got to update the community side and it'll be fine, maybe.
Yeah.
But
video
at
play's
the moment,
good, though.
it looks nice. It works. Do you know the whole thing about them being like, oh yeah, we're going to update the video player and it's going to be better?
Yeah.
It's made no fucking difference, as far as I can tell.
Fair enough.
It's done nothing for my video player at all. So, I don't know.
It's been better for like Rachel and I when we've been watching it in Rabbit. Like, when we both want to watch...
Is it? Okay.
Watch something and share. Like, it's way easier to use there. So
it might just be me then.
Maybe, I don't know.
Might just be me.
Yeah, fair enough. Cool.
Anyway, what about you then?
I can be found across the internet at Ethot or at Destroy Topham. Just Twitter, Instagram, various places. So yeah, thank you very much, Dom, for being my guest this week.
Not a problem, Topham. Anytime.
And thanks everyone for listening. Have an exciting week. Goodbye.
Toodles.